Dolly friends. Hello. Isn't it a wonderful day in our Dolly neighborhood? I think it is too, Indy. So I was just walking around and I was out in our Dolly neighborhood and I saw something really, really strange. Let me show you guys.
Vroom, 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 vroom. Here I am at the bank. Let me just get out of my car and go inside. Ding dong. Now I am inside of the bank. This is the inside of the bank. Hello. I'm going to give me all the money. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know this is real or pretend. Okay, here, have all the money. Ha 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 ha! I'm taking all the money. What is this, pretend or is this real? I don't know, which makes this scary. I'm also scared. Wah ha 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 ha! They don't know. I'm just pretending. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Hello, I'm a cop, and I'm here to arrest you, 'cause we don't know if this is real or not. But I was just pretending. Well, we don't know. Time to go to jail. Oh, no!
That can get pretty scary when somebody's playing pretend and not everybody knows, can't it? Huh. I wonder if there's a word for that. I think there is. What is consent? Consent is giving permission for something to happen. But what is consensual role play? Consensual role play is where you ask the other person permission to role play and letting them know you're playing pretend before beginning to play. Consensual role play may look something like this, where one girl asks, "Hey, I'm going to role play. Is that okay with you?" "Sure," says the other girl. But what about when the other girl says no? No. Then it should be handled with care and respect. Maybe the girl should say, "Hey, that's okay. We can play another time." And now everyone's happy. What's that, Indy? You had an experience involving non-consensual role play? Oh no, why don't you tell us all about it? Oh, baby Indy, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I hope Paisley learns her lesson after she sees this video, because I know all of us sometimes need a reminder and consent. Oh, you poor dear. We've talked a lot about consensual role play and why we want to use it, but what's it have to do with the doll community? Well, I have a story for you. So a few weeks ago, I was lounging about, watching some TV, finally relaxing because I don't get much time to relax between my real job and YouTube. So I was finally getting a moment to relax when I got a message on Instagram. This message was very, very alarming. It was from a person I had never talked to before. They had a really tiny account of like 20 followers and I didn't know them. But they immediately told me they were thinking of hurting themselves or somebody else. And I was immediately concerned. And I talked to them for about 2 hours. I was trying to calm them down, trying to understand them, and trying to just help them in any way I could, from telling them maybe a snack would help bring you, maybe you should go visit the hospital, maybe you should call your mom, or something else. And they also kept telling me they basically had postpartum depression, they had just had twin daughters, and everything just seemed so stressful and upsetting to them, and they just weren't getting enough sleep, and everything was really hard. And the longer this went on, because I've talked people down from horrible things like this before, and normally when you talk to them, they can, I don't know, just the way they were talking just did not seem normal. They were very dismissive and just very aloof and not all the way there. Something just seemed really off. So I went to their Instagram account and I was looking through, just hoping I could see if maybe their mom or their sister had commented on something, so I could go contact their family and say, this is going on, you might need to call the police, something's going on. But as I looked closer, I realized that the pictures of their dolls, they had named, which she had told me were the names of her daughters. And the wheels started turning in my head, and I was like, oh my goodness, this might not be real. She might be playing pretend. So I messaged her and was like, are your daughters dolls? And she was like, no, of course not. This is all just role play. I just wanted to pretend and see what it was like to have postpartum depression. As someone who has struggled with mental illness, this is really, really alarming to me. That I spent 2 hours really worried about somebody, was trying to contact their family so their family could contact the police. I did not appreciate being involved in a role play when I didn't know it was role play. And that's what inspired me to make this video, because I talked to some other friends after it happened, just trying to calm down, just trying to put my thoughts together, because I was very, very angry after this happened. I felt lied to, I felt used, and I felt really kind of betrayed. And so I was talking to some of my friends, and some of the friends I have in the doll community were like, yeah, I've had this happen too, where somebody came into my messages and was playing pretend, but I didn't know it was pretend, and it really upset me. So I just wanted to come on here and try to explain to you guys that if it's okay to role play and it's okay to play pretend, but if we're gonna do that, especially in somebody's messages, especially with somebody else, we need to tell them and let them know first and be like, hey, I want to play pretend with you. Is that okay? And this is what we're going to play pretend about. Because if she had asked, I would have said no, but I would have said no politely, and me and her could have preserved our friendship, and I wouldn't have been so upset. And I don't know, having that 2-hour conversation brought up a lot of stuff in me, because I have struggled with mental illness. I have been in a place where I wanted to hurt myself, and it's not fun to be in that place. I don't understand why somebody would want to play pretend about being in that place. So guys, if you like to role play and you're listening, this is just a friendly reminder that we should always make sure others want to be involved, and if they don't involve them. They may have personal reasons. They may just not feel like playing today, and that's okay. We are always allowed to say no. And if somebody has played role play with you and they did it without your consent, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That is awful. It doesn't feel very nice. And just know that maybe next time it's okay to tell them and remind them to ask for consent next time. Thank you guys all so much. I hope this was informative, and I hope this taught you guys a little bit about consent and why it is important. I love you guys. We all do. Thank you so much. Bye.